Okay, so the next product I'm going to talk about is more of a makeup product and very minimal skincare, no SPF. But it's one I really want to wear all the time because it doesn't have those skincare and SPF added benefits. More time and effort and thought is put into it looking really good, lasting a long time, and working for a lot of people and trying to survive a day in our world. So the one I really want to talk about that I love and I wish I could wear every day, but I'm not like a makeup wearer, so I use this for special occasions. And that is the Fenty Skin Tint. This one, guys, so the Fenty Skin Tint. This one came out, I think, like a year ago. 2021, early 2021, I believe. Or 2020, I just can't remember. But basically, this is a skin tint, and it has a bunch of shades. Specifically, it has 25 shades, all the way from fair to a very deep skin tone. And this is obviously by Rihanna. So Rihanna knew what she was doing when it came to the inclusivity of the shade range. And being a skin tint, each one can work for 2 to 3 different skin tones, whether in either direction, lighter or darker, because they can pull it off. So 25 times 2 or 3, you got like 50 to 75 different types of shade ranges, undertones that are going to work for that type amount of people. And so this one is meant to basically be skin tint and look like your skin. It's meant to complement any skincare or primer. It's meant to not be finicky. It's meant to work with a lot of people's different routines. And it's basically meant to blur the skin. And when I say blur, it blurs. It is so beautiful, especially on camera. Holy crap, this makes you photo ready while being a sheer skin tint. And additionally, this can be built up to medium coverage. So what I like to do is I put on a really thin layer all over, or sometimes I don't even like put it on my forehead or my nose. I just kind of put it on my cheeks and just kind of dabble it around and try to like avoid my nose, and it still looks like my skin and it blends into my skin perfectly. It's like a second skin. It just looks really nice, and it really just blurs your skin texture. It's like on camera you're like, did I put on something else because I look really good? But no, it's just this because it blurs you, blurs your pores, skin texture, redness, covers anything up. So if you want to layer it on, I just tap it on blemishes and it hides it effectively. Set this with a powder. Oof, people will think your skin is naturally flawless. I'm actually in shade 11, and that is medium with a neutral undertone. And what I love about this is that it's adaptable to your skincare or primer. So a lot of people were kind of like curious, is this matte, is this natural, is this dewy? And what I like about it is that depending if my skincare was dewy that day, or if it was kind of like a mattified simple routine, this would just make my skin look like what it looked like before I applied it. So if I was really dewy, I would have a dewy complexion with this on. If I was matte and I applied this, I would look matte. So it is so adaptable. It blends in seamlessly, makes you look amazing. Naturally just makes you look great in person and on camera. Easy to apply, just use your fingers. And it's layerable, and whenever you want to put more coverage on, I love pairing this with their under eye brightener. It kind of adds more dimension to your face. You even have your skin tone, and then put the Fix Bright one under your eyes, on your forehead, on your nose, on your chin, and it just makes you look so good, yet so natural. And like I said, this doesn't have many skincare benefits to it, nor does it have SPF in it. It's more of something you're going to wear when you know photos are going to be taken, you're going to be on camera, a special night out. And actually, it does have a kind of Hydra complex ingredient list. So it doesn't necessarily say it has skincare ingredients in it, but it does say on their website, I think it's called a Hydra blend. And basically, it has sodium hyaluronate, has trehalose, and it has urea. So 2 of those are basically like minerals that are going to be kind of acting like humectants and actually giving your skin hydration. And as we know, sodium hyaluronate, hyaluronic acid, is going to draw moisture from the environment and hydrate your skin and hydrate the formula, meaning this is not going to dry out your skin or look dry and patchy throughout the day. And if you put a face mist on top of this, it just sinks into the skin so beautifully. I love putting a face mist after this. It just makes it look like even more like skin. So it's a beautiful one to have. Definitely you can take this around with you and like touch up, especially after wearing a mask. And did I mention it's transfer resistant and humidity resistant? So it's gonna have a really good time out in the world with humidity or getting wet or anything, or on your mask. It's gonna be really good from resisting transfer. So it is beautiful. I absolutely love this one. I literally don't even think about like, oh, maybe I should try a foundation, because this is my holy grail foundation. Sheer, does the job, looks great, affordable. It used to be $29, I believe it is now $32. COVID, things have gone up, right? But basically this one is a really good one, accessible, it's gonna last you a long time, a little goes a long way, and you're supporting a black owned business. Rihanna, we love her. So definitely check out Fenty Skin Tint. A lot of my men will like this one because this one, so simple, you need very little and it adapts to what you already have on your skin. So definitely give Fenty Skin Tint a try. Okay, so the next one is a skincare sunscreen makeup hybrid that I really love. It is more expensive than the normal skin tint slash complexion products out there, but it has more going for it in the terms of sunscreen and skincare, and that is the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint SPF 46. Now, when this came out maybe 2 years ago, everyone was kind of like, cool, wow, expensive, ooh, what is that? And a lot of people complimented or commented on the finish and the size and everything. And basically, let me go through them and then give you my thought. This is a skin tint, and it has niacinamide at a 2% availability, so it's actually going to do something at that percentage. Squalane to hydrate and moisturize the skin and act as an occlusive to really just help with transepidermal water loss and throughout the day not feeling dry. Additionally, it has hyaluronic acid to hydrate the skin and pull moisture from the environment and or your skincare that you layer on top like a mist. And SPF 40 through zinc oxide, and it is 12% zinc oxide non-nano. And this comes in a variety of shades. So out of all the ones I've tried, this one has the biggest shade range, and that is 30 different shades. And because it's sheer, it's going to cover even more people, more skin tones on the spectrum. I'm actually in shade ST11 Matira, and that's more of a medium, neutral, peachy undertone. And it fits me rather well. In actuality, I think it almost kind of gives me a nice tan. It matches like my tanning part of my skin. But when it comes to when I get kind of lighter in my skin tone, it can look a little darker. But it's a really nice one, and because it's sheer, I can get away with it. And with that all being said, the finish, right? The finish here is dewy, like on the side of greasy. And basically, here, let me give you my thoughts. So this has kind of been in and out of my routine and kind of been an interesting one. I kind of pull this out when I'm dealing with blemishes or textura issues, or when just my skin needs more help. And I want more niacinamide and more squalane, more hyaluronic acid, just more help, while also covering up my skin and also providing extra SPF protection and soothing through zinc oxide. And so wearing this at first time I used it, it felt light on me actually. And apparently you're supposed to put this on your skin. You only need a couple drops, honestly, like half a dropper bottle. So this is going to last you a long time, despite only being 1 fluid ounce. It's really going to last you a long time. If you're a makeup wearer like every single day, honestly, I think this could last you roughly 2 months based on how much you need. It could be less if you layer it up and use a lot, but basically this is supposed to last you 2 months, and I really truly believe that based on how much you need. First tried this, it felt light, but it felt rather lightweight. I thought, wow, I need more. And then throughout time, I tried it again and went, okay, this provides coverage. This is really good. And then I stopped using it again, and then up until recently, I went, oh, I'm having a breakout, I'm really red, let's do this for some extra skincare and sunscreen. And I did that, and I just remember leaving the room and my partner looking at me going, you look greasy. And I went, I do? And I forgot, this has squalane, and it feels oily. And you gotta shake it up, and then you gotta make sure to get the right amount, you know, right there. And use half a dropper bottle. and spread it out, but it takes a while to sink in. Like, this is not something that just blends in easily or takes 5 minutes. In actuality, this was on my skin for 20 to 30 minutes, and when I was going to record a reel for Instagram, even though it's sheer, even though it's meant to be like your skin but better, it looked like I had foundation on, and that's because the pigment, what it was still sitting on my skin. So A, it takes a while to sink in, but then B, you might have to powder this down with some translucent powder, and that's eventually what I had to do, and then I looked normal. Additionally, you might want to use this with a tool, maybe a beauty blender or a brush, to stipple or swipe around. I just use my hands, which I like to do. It's easier and kind of makes things more natural, but in this case, I think you need something more to press it into the skin or blend it out. But if you don't want to do that, want to keep using your fingers like I probably will, just make sure to put it down with some translucent powder, because otherwise it will look like makeup, you will look greasy, and it's going to transfer all over the place. But with that being said, it is very nicely occlusive and hydrating. Like, it really does the job of bringing that dew to the skin. Like, there's no question about it. This takes your glow to another level, almost too much to greasiness. So like I said, make sure you powder it down. But this one is just great for my men and for my individuals who just want to even out skin tone, but also have an extension on their skincare routine and have a high amount of SPF in their routine. Yes, it's pricey, it's around the $40 range, so I would take that with a big grain of salt, because this is not gonna cure things. You don't need this. There's a lot more affordable, cheaper options out there. But when it comes to this one, if you really want something bougie, something extremely dewy, and just you want Ilia and you like Ilia, then, you know, recommend this. And of course, I bought this with my own money. This was not PR, so I understand how expensive it was. Would I go out and buy it again? Well, this is my second bottle. So it goes without being said that I actually like it enough to spend more money on it. So it's a really nice one. I think everyone should try it at least once, see how it works for them. And if you're in America, then you can always return stuff. Ilia, I think the type of individual who like this is a lot less than the other ones I've mentioned, but all in all, it's still a beautiful option for a lot of people, and I think it's one that holds kind of a position in the complexion product department that the others don't, where this has a really good active level of actives, of niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, and squalane, and it provides nice coverage, great shade range, so you will probably find your shade range, and it's just in a really nice bottle and provides that extra sunscreen at an SPF 40 level opposed to SPF 30. This is actually SPF 40. That's pretty high. The only con I have, though, is that this does stink. It smells very, like, nutty almost, and some people might not like that. It dissipates after a minute, you know, being on your skin, but it does stink when you put it on. Stink in a way that's nutty, not in a bad way. It's just a very particular scent I've never smelled before, very natural. So if you can get over that, sure. But if you're very sensitive to fragrance, and that's like a big no-no, you can't wait a minute, then this one is probably not for you. But this is the most skincare heavy complexion product I have or know of. But really nice one. I really recommend you check it out. Okay, now we have the last complexion product I'm gonna show, and this one is one I used years ago. Actually, I think I bought it the opening week, like the week it came out, because I was so excited about it. I was like, I think it was my first complexion product that had sunscreen in it and actually had a lot of skincare in it, so I was super excited. And it's a brand that I really like, and they use a lot of minerals. So if you don't know what it is by now, let me tell you. The product I'm talking about that's very versatile and so lovely is the Bareminerals Complexion Rescue Foundation Stick, SPF 25. Here it is in its glorious packaging. Now this product, okay, it is a foundation stick, right? Alright, for my gentlemen, don't get scared. It's not gonna look like foundation. And for my other individuals who are into makeup, you're really gonna like this one. So let's get into the ingredient list. So first of all, this has one of the coolest ingredients ever and that I love for multiple uses for blemishes and under eyes, and that's fermented black tea, which is going to really be good for lowering inflammation on the skin and on your under eyes if you want to use this on your under eyes. This is hyaluronic acid, glycerin, squalane, all to hydrate and be occlusive on the skin to prevent transepidermal water loss and keep you hydrated and dewy throughout the day. It has trehalose extract to keep that skin hydrated, moringa seed extract, cocoa seed extract, even has sea salt in here. And it has red algae, which is a really studied skincare ingredient that really helps the skin retain moisture, and apparently some studies show that it has blue light protection from visible blue light. This also has vitamin E and peptides, so it is all around a great one for hydrating, soothing, brightening, protection. It's just an amazing ingredient list that every time you wear it, you know your skin is not only gonna look like skin and look better, but over time it's gonna look better because of those amazing ingredients. Also, sunscreen. So this has SPF 25, and that SPF 25 is in a titanium dioxide format. So it's not going to have the utmost protection in terms of UV filters, but when it comes to titanium dioxide, it's actually pretty nice in one of these sticks, and you're adding a mineral-based sunscreen on top of whatever you may be using, whether it's a chemical sunscreen or a mineral sunscreen. This is just going to lay on the skin really nicely and complement a lot of sunscreens that you're probably using in your routine. Now, this has 20 shades in the shade range, and I am in shade Desert 6.5. So I'm very lucky because I'm between two shades and one that they made for me, 6.5. So I'm very lucky, I'm right in the middle, and this fits me. Sometimes this can even make me look a lot tanner because it matches more of my like tan and my darker shades of my skin. So I have another one that I use when I'm lighter and don't have as much of a tan. But basically what I like to do is I like to use this for my face, and then I like to use the lighter shade, Natural 05, on my under eyes and just on my forehead, on my nose and chin, just to brighten up those areas. And the fact that I can layer it on my under eyes and has black tea ferment, it's really going to wake up my eyes. So we know the ingredient list, we know the sunscreen filter, so let's go into what I love about this. Okay, so I know a lot of people will probably like foundation stick. Oh, it's a foundation, not a skin tint or a complexion product that's natural. Well, it is, because this is sheer to medium coverage, so it's buildable, whatever you want to do. And you can use this as a foundation, you know, just pop it open right here and just kind of, here, just swipe around and then blend it out. You can use a brush or your fingers, and you can do that, and it's going to look beautiful. And what I do is sometimes I'll do that. I'll go on my cheeks, spread it out, a little on my forehead, and I'll avoid my nose and mouth area because that's all I need, the only coverage I need. And because it's so sheer, it doesn't matter if you didn't put all over your face. It's going to look really natural. You just have to be, you know, not putting on too much on those areas. Or I like to use it as a spot treatment. That's my favorite. I like to use it on spots that are red, around my nose, and just blend it out. And those areas are going to be soothed with the skincare ingredients. They're going to be covered with this coverage, and they're going to have extra SPF on top of them. That's why I love using this as a spot treatment on top of any blemishes or any places that are red or healing hyperpigmentation. And what's so cool is that this is oil-free. It's completely water-based. So it literally feels like a drink of water for your skin. Every time you put it on and swipe it and blend it in, it feels like water on your skin. It's beautiful. And that's probably due to the amount of seawater in here. So apparently seawater is supposed to have a lot of minerals and extracts to really be good for your skin and contain electrolytes so that your skin is, you know, thriving and the microbiome is actually doing its thing. Now, I don't know how much that's going to do for the skin, especially in a makeup product, but I've heard of it, and I know a lot of people like it. It feels very refreshing, and I can agree, especially in this product. But what I find so cool about this is that it looks so radiant and natural and beautiful, and every single time I wear this, I constantly get compliments on my skin. Like, no one ever knows it's makeup. They go, wow, your skin looks so nice. And I notice it's every single time I wear this because it just looks so lovely and it's so natural and it doesn't do anything crazy. You know, it's not a blurring format. It's not gonna, you know, make you look absolutely flawless. It's just gonna cover up redness, provide your skin with all those nutrients and SPF protection, and just enhance that radiancy that's in your skin. And if you layer powder, especially their Bareminerals mineral powder on top, it's going to mattify it, bring down the radiancy and the dewiness, and it's going to look even more like skin. So I use that if I'm going to be photo ready or I'm going to be on camera. It's just beautiful on the skin. And because it is in this format, you can take it with you. Especially nowadays when we wear masks, everything kind of like fades off and then you can tell someone was wearing something because there's this like indent of like color. You can use this and just touch up in the car, and not only are you adding more coverage and more skincare, you're actually touching up your sunscreen with SPF 25 in a titanium dioxide format. So you're doing something really good for your skin. Throughout the day, you can touch up, and I love taking this and wearing it throughout the day because I know I can touch up on both my complexion, I can touch up on more skincare and sunscreen, and I don't have to worry about setting or doing any of those things because I know I can touch up in the car or wherever I'm going. But this one is one of those ones that I cannot live without. I love having this because it's so convenient, so portable, so good for skin, and just it's amazing. Pretty affordable too. This retails for 33 USD and it's in the $30 range. So I'm totally okay of the $30 range for a complexion product that has skincare and sunscreen. When it's in the 40s, it's pushing it. Even if it's under 30s, it's like, yeah, this is good. Basically, I really recommend this one. This is one of my favorite ones because of the versatility and the ingredients and the sunscreen protection. It is a really cool one if you can find your shade. Bareminerals is a little weird with their undertones and shades, but if you're like my complexion, you're olive, neutral, definitely check out Desert 6.5. And that is the end of my video. I really hope you guys found a sunscreen, skincare, makeup hybrid complexion product you liked or are interested in. Definitely leave a comment below if you enjoyed any of those, or if you haven't tried it and now you're interested, or if you have one that I didn't talk about that you recommend for natural skincare SPF coverage. So thank you for joining me, and I loved making this video. Those are such fun options. And remember, all these sunscreens have, or all these complexion products have iron oxides, so they're going to protect you from visible blue light. So it's like an extension of your skincare routine. So don't look at this as makeup or covering up. Look at it as enhancing, as doing more protection and doing more for your skin. And in addition, I want to say to my men, these are complexion products that are really going to look natural, even out your skin tone, and just make you feel really good and understand that you're doing something super special for yourself. And they're all going to be almost undetectable on the skin. And out of all of these, I know one is bound to impress you and look really awesome. Hey guys, have an awesome day. Bye.